tough loss here, but can you talk about the way Luis pitched? We certainly saw what he did the other day, and his stuff looked equally as electric. And then maybe the pitch to Alvarez there, which didn't even appear to be in the strike zone.
Yeah, you can't say enough about the job Luis Castillo continues to do on the biggest stages against some of the best lineups in the league. He was outstanding today. I thought our whole club really, the last couple games here, have competed as good as you can. We've left it all out there. Luis today on the mound, stuff was crisp, was right after him, super aggressive, didn't walk anybody, and was very efficient to allow him to get deep in the game. Unfortunately, Yordan put a swing on a ball that is a ball and took it out of the park, so there's not a whole lot you can do about that one. But he pitched an awesome game, and he was ready. He was ready to go, and he stepped up when we needed him.
Go around the left.
Hi, Scott. Did you consider walking Yordan before the home run, and then did the home run figure into your thinking on the latter intentional walk that you ended up giving?
Yeah, very perceptive. It did play into that. Obviously, he has done some damage against us in this series. He's hot right now. You've got to recognize that. I think you kind of game plan and how you want to go through their lineup and the guys you want to be careful with. And when you're throwing balls 3-4 inches off the plate and he hits them like that, he's in the zone, and he's a super talented player, and he's made us pay here the last couple of days. So again, things happen. He's hot right now. We'll go back to our place and go from there.
Go in the front to Ryan.
Hey, Scott, along those lines, Luis had retired him twice. He was swinging kind of everything, mostly on pitches out of the zone. Was the plan just to attack him in a similar fashion, just keep it out of the zone and see if he got himself out? I mean, it didn't look like Luis is the type of guy to pitch around him, and I doubt you're going to tell your best pitcher to intentionally walk him in that situation.
Well, I think you're in the situation in these games at this point in the season. You get in the playoffs. Every manager, every team looks at it. Who are the guys in the other lineup you don't want to beat you? And I thought the first couple times through, he did a great job. He really did. And he didn't do anything bad the third time. You have to give the player credit. It's not like he threw a ball right down the middle. He threw a ball 3-4 inches off the plate, and he hits a home run the opposite field. He's that kind of talent. Again, you have to tip your cap when players are going that hot. I thought we had a really good game plan. He beat us. That happens.
Go to Larry in the second
row. Scott, Pena got on twice ahead of Alvarez with
huge.
2 outs,
Yep.
just like he did on Tuesday. How much of an issue is that, and what did you see on that blooper that landed right between the two guys?
Another pitch that probably wasn't in the strike zone tied him up. Luis made a great pitch. This game's a game of inches. They had a few things go their way today, and that happens. We did not. My bet is it'll probably flip when we go to Seattle. But that's just, you have to find a way to grind through that and still, figure out a way to win those games. It didn't happen today. But, yeah, Pena getting on base in front of Yordan certainly makes it a little bit more challenging. And credit to him. He had great at-bats. He's had good at-bats here the first couple games in the series. He's had a really good season. He's a good young player. And he's been huge for them this year. So, the guys around Yordan will really dictate, what you do. And those guys were really good around him today as well.
Go in the middle and the back.
That was actually going to be my question, but just kind of going forward, and you've kind of hit on this already, but what's sort of the feeling for you guys when you kind of have 2 games in your grasp, you led in both games, and you're just kind of not able to finish it out?
Yeah, you got to finish out, and no question. It's difficult to do that on the road in the playoffs. There's no question about it. You got to make pitches, you got to make plays, and you got to give the other team credit if they're able to come back. And I don't know what else you want me to say. We have played very good baseball. I do know how hard it is to win on the road, and it'll be very hard for them to win in Seattle. I will tell you that, because I know what it's going to be like when our crowd gets going on Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon, I guess.
Go in the front with Ryan.
Scott, you've said often you need to hit on the road to win.
Mm-hmm.
You had plenty of base runners. I think
yeah.
you took 7 walks and had some hits. Just didn't seem like you guys were able to get the big situational hit when you needed it. And what did you see from their pitching?
Well, Framber had really good stuff today. Outstanding curveball, fastball, velo was up a little bit. He's a tough pitcher. There's no question about it. I thought Dylan Moore, big knock there to get the go-ahead run. In that inning, I think we ended that inning with Cal Raleigh line drive bullet right at the center fielder. I thought we had traffic other innings when, Gino hit the kind of the soft liner in the left field that Alvarez made a nice play coming in on that one. We line out in the ninth inning. Things happen. It's baseball. I wish it was supposed to go the way it's designed. It just doesn't work that way. And I know that's it can be frustrating for many people. It's certainly frustrating for our team and myself today. But you look up, we got a game Saturday. We got to get ready to go win that one.
Anything else for Scott? Thank you for coming in. We'll open it up for Luis. Start with Ryan in the front.
Luis, you retired Alvarez twice. What was your plan going into that third at bat when he got the homer? It looked like it wasn't even a strike. It was well off the plate.
Luis, retiraste a Álvarez 2 veces. ¿Qué fuera tu plan enfrentarlo la tercera vez? Parecía que ni siquiera era un strike. El balón fue fuera de la zona.
Bueno, lo que siempre quiere todo pitcher, retirarlo otra vez de out, pero le tiré un picheo bastante bueno fuera de la zona. Él pudo conectarlo bien y por eso tuvo ese buen resultado.
It's what every pitcher wants, to retire the batter. I took the ball, a good pitch right out of the zone, and he was able to make contact with him, and, it happened.
Go in the back in the middle.
Luis, the Jeremy Pena single that gets between or gets right in front of Julio Rodriguez, what could you just describe what that moment was like for you to kind of take that in, and what it was like to kind of refocus and get back to it?
Luis, ese single que cayó enfrentito de Julio, ¿qué pasó por tu mente cuando eso sucedió y cómo lo procesaste?
Bueno, no pasó nada por mi mente, sino que son cosas del juego que nada más no en este juego, sino en otros más pueden suceder. Pero no me sentí ningún frustrado y seguí pichando y gracias a Dios para mí tuve una buena actuación hoy.
Nothing really happened in my mind. I mean, it's something that happens in baseball. It can happen to anybody. I wasn't frustrated or anything like that. I was just kept calm and was able to finish my outing, and I feel like I had a good outing.
Go Larry in the second row.
Luis, as hot as Alvarez is right now, how tough is he to pitch to, and what was your game plan going into the game facing him?
Tan bate caliente que tiene Álvarez, ¿qué fue tu plan venir contra él a enfrentarlo hoy?
Bueno, mi plan es el que yo siempre he tenido con cada bateador, no solamente a él, sino de que yo pienso, si tú eres bueno, yo soy bueno también, pero él pudo conectar esa pelota en jonrón y le doy el mérito a él, pero el plan de que todo pitcher quiere tener, sacarlo de agua a cada bateador que viene a home play.
It's not just him. It's against any better. I always go with that mindset. If you're good, I'm good too. I came with the same plan of just getting him out, and he was able to contact with that ball. But like I said, I'm going out there to get any better out.
Go in the front with Ryan.
Luis, could you believe he covered that sinker off the plate? It was about 4 or 5 inches off the plate. Could you believe that he was able to get the barrel to it? And I would imagine you kind of mentioned it, but you want to compete against him. You don't want to try and pitch around him. You want to compete and go right at him, don't you?
Luis, ¿te sorprendió que conectó esa pelota? Parecía que eran 4 o 5 pulgadas fuera de la zona y dices que te gusta competir contra él y no como caminarlo. ¿Te sorprendió que lo conectó?
Sí, fue una sorpresa porque conectar un picheo ahí en esa localización que estaba es algo sorprendente. Pero como dije anteriormente, le doy el mérito que pudo conectarle esa pelota, hacer el buen contacto y ponerlo arriba a ellos de 3-2 y tuvieron la victoria. Pero pienso que nosotros hicimos buen trabajo hoy.
It was surprising. It was surprising on where the pitch was. All merit to him. He was able to contact it and, score a home run, put him up 3-2. And, but I think that we did a very good job against him.
Okay, we'll go in the middle.
Saludos, Luis. ¿Qué hace tan difícil esta alineación de los Astros como abridor de sacar strikes? Y también, ¿qué tanta confianza tienen ustedes de ahora regresar a Seattle y tratar de igualar la serie y posiblemente también ganarla, sabiendo que están ya en un juego de ser eliminados?
So the question was, how tough was this lineup to get against them, get strikes, and how excited or how is the team going into the momentum, knowing that they're going to start, in Seattle?
Bueno, para mí, yo no me intimido ni cualquier alineación, sino cuando voy al montículo voy a competir, como dije anteriormente, si tú eres bueno, yo soy bueno también. Pero siempre voy al montículo a dar lo mejor que yo tengo, hasta mi mente siempre positiva y vamos a casa. Tú sabes, casa es casa, vamos a dar lo mejor de nosotros allá en casa y todavía queda mucho juego, nosotros no nos damos por vencidos.
Just like I said, I'm not intimidated by any lineup when I go up there. When I go up in the mound, I go up there to compete. And if we're going home, we're going home. Home is home. And there's still a lot of ball game left to play.
Go one more in the front here.
Can you talk about the matchup you had with Diaz late in the game when there was I think a 10-pitch count before he ended up eventually getting a double? Take us through that at bat, if you would.
¿Cómo fue esa batalla que tenías con Díaz, donde lanzaste como 10 pelotas después de que él sacó un doble? Platican un poco de esa batalla.
Sí, una batalla muy dura de que yo le tiraba los picheos en la localización donde yo quería, a ver si podía sacarlo de out, y conectó muchos fajos y le doy el mérito porque le tiré un slider y me dio doble, pero fue una batalla muy dura de que yo le tiré los picheos donde yo quería y él siempre me daba foul.
It was a very good battle. I kept throwing the pitches in the zones that I wanted to. He made a lot of contacts, a lot of fouls, and merit to him, he was able to get a double off it.
Thanks for coming in, Luis.